You've probably heard the saying that every hotel has that one room, the one the staff absolutely will not talk about. It's a room that's always marked as available, yet strangely, it's never ever booked. In this particular hotel, that room is 404. If you search for it on their website, you'll find nothing. It's conspicuously absent from the elevator panel. And if you dare to ask at the front desk, the staff will just flash a polite, rehearsed smile and pretend they have no idea what you're talking about. They'll insist it doesn't exist, but it does. I can tell you that for a fact. It's hidden at the very end of a long, narrow hallway, the kind where the lights seem to flicker just a little too often for comfort. The carpet in that hallway always feels damp under your feet, regardless of the season or the weather outside. It's a detail that seems small, but it's the first sign that something is profoundly wrong. The few guests who have actually stayed there, the ones who were brave or foolish enough to dare, they all come back telling the exact same story, with the same unsettling details. It's a pattern that has repeated for years. The experience always begins at the same time, exactly 2:17 in the morning. That's when the knock comes. It's not loud or aggressive. It's soft, slow, and disturbingly rhythmic. Imagine someone tapping on the door with just a single, cold finger tap, tap, tap. When the guest inevitably opens the door, there's no one there. The hallway is completely empty. But they hear it. The faint echo of footsteps moving away, even though there's no one in sight. The sound is clear, distinct, but its source is invisible. That's when the real strangeness begins. The temperature in the room starts to drop. Not just a normal cold, like a draft from the window. This is a different kind of cold. It's a wrongness in the air, a feeling that seeps into your bones. The air becomes heavy, thick, almost as if the room itself is a living thing, breathing slowly and silently around you. It's an oppressive feeling, like being in the presence of something ancient and malevolent. Then comes the pacing. Guests report hearing someone walking around in the space between the walls. It's not a normal sound of footsteps from an adjacent room. It's a slow, deliberate shuffle, the sound of feet dragging heavily across the floor. They can hear it turning corners that shouldn't exist within the building's architecture, moving through spaces that are supposed to be solid concrete and steel. The sound seems to be everywhere and nowhere at once, a constant, unnerving presence that you can't escape. The visual phenomena are even more terrifying. Some guests have reported seeing a figure standing in the reflection of the television screen, even when the TV is turned off and the room is dark. It's just a dark, human-shaped silhouette, standing perfectly still, watching them from the polished black surface. It's there one moment, and when they blink, it's gone. But the feeling of being watched lingers. Others have described waking up in the middle of the night, completely paralyzed, unable to move or scream. And as they lie there, helpless, they hear a voice whispering directly into their ear. The words are always the same. You're not supposed to be here. The voice isn't angry, it's just a cold, flat statement of fact, which somehow makes it even more terrifying. Now here's the part the hotel will go to any length to deny. Here's the secret they've buried for decades. Room 404 was officially and permanently closed many years ago. It happened after a guest vanished from inside it. There was no sign of a struggle, no noise that anyone heard, and no body was ever found. The room was simply found locked from the inside, with the lights still on and all of the guest's belongings untouched. He was just gone, as if he had been erased from existence. Since that incident, anyone who has managed to get into that room, whether by mistake or by morbid curiosity, has never slept the same again. They are haunted by nightmares, by a constant feeling of being watched, and by the memory of that suffocating cold. Some people believe the room is cursed, tainted by whatever happened to that long-lost guest. Others have a different theory. They say it's a glitch in reality, a place that exists on a plane it shouldn't, a fold in the fabric of our world. A place that's not quite here, but not quite somewhere else either. But regardless of what they believe, everyone who knows the story agrees on one thing. If you ever find yourself in this hotel, and for some reason someone offers you the key to room 404,